he was the one that would like tell you, hey, listen, if I passed away tomorrow, you better not cry at my funeral, otherwise I had a security escort you out.
But
like that's how.
That's
seriously,
you hear him saying it.
Yeah.
As much as he talked, as much as that was part of what made him larger than life, every room he walked into and conversation that he entered, he cared more about how you were doing than listening to himself, Wilbon.
I think that was too from the pain that Woj mentioned that he had suffered again. I remember the first day I worked with Bill, we're in Bristol. And I think it's a Sunday, maybe a Friday night, but a Friday or Sunday doubleheader. And we got hours in the studio, and Bill had to get out of the chair and find a place that he could relieve some of the physical pain he was enduring. And I don't remember anymore whether that was feet or back. It really didn't matter. It was what he did. And yet, when the light went on, you know, and he'd come back and he would talk about the people in the room, and he didn't want anybody to talk about his pain. You knew he was in it, but he didn't revel in it. And that's a tough place. You look, I had my son, you know, he looks at the numbers, and people look at numbers now, they want to judge careers and assess. And like, no, you can't look at the numbers. You can go look at video. You can go see how Bill Walton played.
Yeah.
You see one of those clips we just had where he shoots a left-hand hook? You think he didn't study Kareem? Left and right hand, and he has a left-hand hook shot off the baseline. And he, by the way, he's great athlete. I mean, running, jumping. Look, there's a left-hand hook off glass. How many people have that now? Listen, there's a really talented world, and you have your Jokic's out there, and you have your Embiid's. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't know that anybody out there had the complete package this size that Bill Walton has. So he was in all that pain, and it reduced his career, but in the room, on the road, sitting in a room pregame, he talked about you. He wanted to know about you and your family and how your kids were and what your life was like. And he was an amazing dude.
That chapter of his career in Boston, that 85-86 Celtic team, when he had just enough health left in him to play a six-man role on maybe as good of a team, certainly one of the best 2, 3, 4 teams in NBA history, you know, with Bird, McHale, Parrish, and their prime, and what it meant for Bill Walton to be a part of that team, how seamlessly he fit into it. You know, that was certainly one of the great passing teams of all time, and, you know, he never really played a complete season after that, but I think being a part of that Celtic dynasty was so important to him, and the way Larry Bird talks about him, Kevin McHale, they knew they were playing with one of the all-time greats. Yeah. You know, although that he was somewhat diminished at that point.
He was a giant among giants. We are certainly thinking of his wife, his children, his family today as we continue to remember Bill over the next hour and a half here on NBA Today. And we're going to head to break now, but I encourage all of you, social media can be such a terrible place. But if you take a look at it today, if you take a look at it right now, just scroll through a couple of stories of outpourings of love, of people remembering Bill and the impact that he left on the world. It's really special to see that kind of legacy being left. NBA Today, we'll be right back.